Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. Of course, it's a very lucky day that you're tuning in because we have with us again, as we do every Wednesday, Judge Andrew Napolitano. And nobody says what the judge says with the judicial authority that he has about the Constitution, our Bill of Rights, our Declaration of Independence, and about how these trends that are going on today reflect what the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence means and how we've lost those rights. And Judge, thank you for being on.
Pleasure, Gerald.
You have an article that's coming out, The Bill of Temporary Privileges. Last week, this is unbelievable, the Director of National Intelligence. By the way, that's an oxymoron. There's no intelligence among these national intelligence clowns that have
Agreed.
spent trillions of dollars. And I don't know, tell me one great thing that they've done with all their intelligence to preempt something that was going to happen. But anyway, the data gathering and data concealing arm of the American intelligence community, masquerading as the head of it, revealed that in 2021, this is unbelievable, the FBI engaged in 3.4 million warrantless electronic searches of Americans. This is a direct and profound violation of the rights to privacy in, quote, persons' houses, in, quote, persons, houses, papers, and effects, guaranteed by the Fourth Amendment. Well, you know what, Judge? You could take that Fourth Amendment and throw it out with all the rest of them.
Well, that's why I called the column The Bill of Temporary Privileges, because we don't have rights. I mean, a right is an absolute claim against the whole world to do something. Think as you wish, say what you think, publish what you say, worship or not worship, use your property as you see fit, exercise your liberties without a governmental permission slip, and be left alone by the government. We don't have these rights. They have become temporary privileges to be expanded and contracted at the government's pleasure. When this piece that I wrote about, when the news broke, it was a ho-hum. Oh, the FBI has spied on 3.4 million Americans. It's actually more than 3.4 million. It's 3.4 million unlawful searches. Each time they put a search term in, that's one search. That search could produce the personal private records of 10 or 15,000 Americans. So it's a lot more than 3.4 million. But there's no outrage anymore.
No.
Because 1984, George Orwell's novel, which was written to scare the daylights out of everybody, is here now. And it's a big ho-hum. Oh, you mean they only spied on 3.4 million? Big deal. Oh, you mean the Congress has made this legal, even though it's unconstitutional? You mean the Congress has violated the Constitution? Oh, big deal. What else is new? That's how democracies perish, when the government's growth and destruction of our liberty becomes so commonplace that we aren't even outraged about it.
You write over here also, when you talk about not being outraged, that the National Security Agency, America's 60,000 domestic spies.
60,000 people working for the NSA whose exclusive job is to spy on Americans. About 55,000 of them are civilians. They are either direct employees of the Department of Defense or they work for outside contractors, and about 5,000 of them are military. Their job is to capture every keystroke and every syllable on every mobile device and desktop, every piece of fiber optic communicated data in the country. So your radiologist sends a x-ray through email to your treating physician. The federal government has it.
Oh my
You
God.
do a wire on your bank account to pay a vendor. The federal government has it. All this is without warrants. The whole purpose of the Fourth Amendment was to ban warrantless searches, but they are now so commonplace that the FBI, I understand their logic. Why should we bother getting a warrant? Why should we make an appointment with a judge? Why should we gather probable cause of crime and persuade a judge to give us a search warrant when we can search this stuff anyway and no one will even know it? That's what George W. Bush brought us. When Edward Snowden, a great American hero, revealed that the Bush administration was spying on everybody all the time, Bush persuaded the Congress to make it lawful. It is lawful because there's a statute that says they can do it, but it's unconstitutional because the statute violates the Fourth Amendment. And nobody seems to care. Well, some people care. There are progressives on the left, like Bernie Sanders and Ron Wyden, who's terrific about this. They complain. And then there are those of us who are libertarians and believe in the sovereignty of the individual. We complain. But the vast people in the middle and everybody in the government just sort of looks the other way.
Sovereignty of the individual, huh? That's that doesn't exist anymore.
No, Madison argued, very interesting. There's a letter Madison wrote arguing that the individual is sovereign and not the state. I mean, to you and me and the people who are generous enough to be watching us now, that's a truism.